Lionel Messi missed the penalty, found himself and themselves 2-0 down. Zlatan, Thierry, you know him well. You've played with him. Thierry, something woke him up. Talk us through that.
First and foremost, look at him crying, and how much it means for him and his team. But first and foremost, he reminded us that he is human, because he missed some penalties and 4 out of 8. And then he reminds us again that he's not human. I played with him, as you just mentioned. And what happened with Leo is that sometimes do not wake up the beast. That's what happened. And I've seen it in training closely. You know, when you're in training sometime and, you know, guys, when one of the coaches don't want to call a foul or the ball was out and then you score, and then Leo wanted that ball to be out and a foul. And then he goes, ball went out, and the coach was like, stop complaining, because it can happen in the game. Next thing you know, you look at his eyes and he switches. And he goes and get that ball. I was there, I witnessed it, and he scores 3 goals in a row by scoring straight away, robbing the ball off you, scoring again, robbing the ball off you, scoring again, and he turns and said, next time call a foul. And we all went, yeah, next time call a foul. Because he's just unstoppable. When he goes into that mood, it's very difficult to stop him. And you know what, Zlatan, Alexei, I've been in that situation. This guy, and he didn't always work, let's all be honest. But when his team needs him, he raises his game. This is a guy that played 120 minutes the other day. He raises his game. He started to take the ball and dribble past almost everybody to try to change the game. Wow.
Zlatan, can you talk to that? You played with him too. Did you see those eyes switch as well?
You could see he wanted it. When it was 0-2 to Edge, we could see something changed. He took command. He took the ball. He made a dribble there. We don't have the images now. When he dribbled 2 guys, made a cross. He was after something. You could see it. He was on a mission now. He would not let go. He didn't want to leave this tournament. Then he made the first assist for the first goal. Then he did a second goal. Then finally somebody else helped him to get the winner. But you can see he switched gear. He became an animal, and nobody could catch him. He just went on, and this is the one I saw, we're used to see, and we're still seeing. So you can see also how emotional he is, how much it means for him. Remember, he already won this World Cup. He already won a lot of trophies, a lot of Ballon d'Or, FIFA Player of the Year, everything. I can sit here and just give his CV. And it looks perfect, but he still wants it. He still wants it, and that's impressive. Look at that.
Zlatan, can I ask you a question?
No.
I will still.
Okay.
Can he be at the top of your list now?
We can discuss.
Oh, I like that.
We can discuss.
King of the jungle.
The emotions that Zlatan talks about, though, is so interesting. Like you say, Zlatan, he's won everything in the game over and over again, and he is inconsolable after this match. Alexei,
he wants more. He's hungry.
And you picked out, when he scored the equaliser, just the way he celebrated was different.
A different type of celebration. And look, I know he's emotional. Who knows? We may find out there's other stuff. These are human beings that are going on here. But this was a dig deep type of game, and we'll see the highlights here in a second. For a guy that scored so many goals, this particular celebration and the way that he reacted to this comeback and to this goal, there seemed to be something special, and there is something going on here in terms of his celebration and in terms of his reaction here at the end of this game.
No, I just, you know what, looking at him, I was just remembering playing with him. I say it, well, I played with Zizou and a lot of players that I can mention, by the way, Ronaldinho and whatnot. But at times, I won't be, it's not shameful to say that, but at times he scored some goals, and I was on the field, and it took me a little while, 1 or 2 seconds, and I went, wow. And I'm like, oh, you're playing. Go back into the game. Like, it doesn't happen often to me, but he's one of a kind. And like I said, I had the opportunity to play with him for 3 years. Wow.
When he did his action, dribble 2, Thierry watched me, and I said, he wants it. He wants it. Watch out now. It was a moment when we thought that Egypt is going to go through. I mean, we like surprises. We like a little bit sometimes when it's upset, but then we saw Messi when he started to hunt. Nobody could stop him.
Look, we in LA area, Culver City or whatever, this is Hollywood stuff. Like you don't, like it's something, like it's almost when you script that, you kind of like, it's a movie that will never happen in real life. Like, come on, the director went a bit too far with that one, you know. But Messi writes.
It's more of a series, Thierry, because there's always a new episode. Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't finish. The new episode comes after another episode.
This guy writes history with his feet, though. Not with
but
his
I have to say, if I have to be a little bit critical, his teammates needs to step it up also and help him, because he has been on another level. If he can carry on and bring it all the way to the final and really take the final piece, we will not be surprised, but he needs help.
To be fair, Romero and Fernandez scored. So
they did what they was even a striker, so...
What he did?
Crazy.
They have had a scare. They've had another scare today. They had a scare against Cape Verde, but it doesn't matter. Let's have a look at the bracket, because confirmation then, as you can see, Argentina are going to play in the quarterfinals against either Switzerland or Colombia. They play a little bit later on today. Argentina through once again to the last 8. Time now for the superior player of the match, sponsored by Michelob Ultra.
Who is going to be?
I think it's that man. He scored the equaliser, 83rd minute. His 8th goal of the tournament. He's missed 2 penalties as well, let's not forget. Look at that's the celebration Alexi was talking about. His record-setting run at this World Cup. Simply, what on earth would they do without him? Welcome inside our studio, Rebecca Lowe, Thierry Henry, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, two of them.
Rebecca, what's going on? No.
I know, I've said it about 2,500 times.
I have this aura, but
I know. I was going to say 2 of Messi's former teammates as well, and Alexi Lalas. Alexi, you're going to start us off, because before this game, lovely embrace between the 2 stars, and so much happened. You go.
Yeah, Egypt didn't get the script, and so they said, no, we're going to take the lead here. Ibrahim, wonderful ball into the box, and he gets some good power on it, and you say, wait a second, is something crazy yet again happening at the World Cup? I know Messi's shaking his head and saying, that's not what is supposed to happen here. And so Argentina said, well, not so fast, because we're going to go down the other end here and try to get this back and restore our good name. That's a foul, all right? It's a penalty. And Hassan takes down Tagliafico, and so it's a penalty. And so what's going to happen? Obviously, Messi's going to step up and put this in the back of the... Wait a second! No! Denied! Talk about not going to script. My goodness. So now we get the sense that maybe something special is happening here. And what else do we got here? Oh, my goodness.
What a save. What a save. As you're going to see here, Julian Alvarez trying to score, but the goalkeeper was on fire, and Tagliafico cannot believe it. And then, guys, we were in a very famous now avocado room, and we looked at it as it happened just like now. What a run. Outstanding. And what a pass from Mo Salah. And then Zico, funny enough, scoring against Argentina, but for Egypt. But they went back to check if it was a foul. They actually thought it was a foul, so the goal was disallowed. And then Zico was like, oh yeah, really? You're going to take it out? Well, all right. Let me put it 2-0. Again, Zico scoring against Argentina before Egypt. Boom. 2-0. And then the little man got upset. Put the ball in the box, but what a header from Romero. Please have a look, because there is not a lot in the cross, but the way he rotated his neck there to be able to score was outstanding. 2-1.
And the little man was not satisfied with his assist. Look at this shot, boom, boom. But look at this celebration. He doesn't jump one time. And look at this second, bam.
Down.
This was a different celebration. You could see a lot of emotions behind that. Anger, happiness, everything you can put in there. And it goes in. And he's the top scorer of the World Cup. And then you're gonna see something beautiful here. Look at this pass. One. Lautaro Martinez brings it with him. He waits. Normally he waits for Messi, but he makes a surprise. Who shows up? Enzo Fernandez. What a header. Put the ball where it comes from, because the goalkeeper will make a movement where the ball goes. Then you're going to put him on the wrong foot, wrong balance, and put it back where it came from. Look at this header. Amazing. Finally, somebody else helping Messi to get the win. Beautiful episode. Look how emotional Messi is. And look how angry Salah is. Or maybe not.
Just getting his teammates away, I think, with their disappointment at the end, but that's what we've been talking about.
Look what it means for Leo.
Yeah, the emotion on his face. The first player in World Cup history to score in 6 straight knockout matches. And what a comeback then. From 2-0 down with 11 minutes left on the clock to win 3-2. Tom Brady wading in. Yep, that might top my 28-3, which was also, by the way, against the Atlanta Falcons, the home stadium where we've been watching the football today. Wow, what a story.
And this is what it means in terms of the road to the final. Argentina will play in the quarterfinal, the winner of our game that follows us, which is Switzerland against Colombia. So that's what's on the way. Right, let's have a look at the winning goal then as Argentina celebrate in front of their fans. And there is an incident at the beginning of the move for the winning goal, which we're going to have to show in comparison, I think, to the disallowed goal for Egypt, which we will do, because there's Messi in tears. There's no question here that the Egyptians are going to say, well, if it was a foul when we didn't get our second goal, why is this not a foul at the beginning of the move?
Well, that's what's happening now with VAR. They're pulling it back. But if you're going to pull it back for Argentina to disallow a goal on the edge of the box, if you're going to pull that back, then you have to say this one with Mo Salah.
This one here,
You know, he's been caught. You know, whatever we say, it might be minimal, whatever. He's been caught. You know, they go up the other end. And can I just say, with this header, when you look at the distance this ball's coming in from and the amount of time he's got for him to, and I was talking about the other goals and heading it back where it's coming from, this is textbook. That's magnificent. The
only thing I'd say with this one, when he does catch, why does his legs give away? You know,
like here, right? Look, Roy, we're talking right that there, right? Okay, now we have to see obviously the Lisandro Martinez one as well in a minute, but like they've given one for that. They've
this is the Pandora's box we've opened.
Yeah, absolutely a Pandora's box.
On the goal, though, we talk about Messi a lot. Enzo Fernandez is a hell of a football player. I think in England we can't quite work him out because he's a little bit unconventional. He times you frustrate. So I tell you what, he has a hell of an influence on this team, and that is a special header.
Classic, great header.
And it's great delivery, and again that desire to go and win the game. Yeah. You're still thinking there's going to be extra time. You can have all the talent in the world, but that fight and desire that we've seen from Argentina, fantastic.
That's the thing with them. Like I said to Roy, I said, Roy, this is over now. What was we, 70-odd minutes?
Yeah, 79.
And he said it's never. Roy said it's not over. But like the fact is that you're scared to play this team because you don't know when they're done.
Let's have a look at the disallowed goal.
Yes,
I think it's really important. We've highlighted it, how we want to compare the fact that that goal was allowed with this one. And it's 1-0 at this stage, remember. Zico does go and make it 2-0. And look how far back it is. Christina explained it extremely well why VAR disallowed it, because Martinez was trodden on. It's not the shirt pull, it's trodden on. And she says this is essentially the same phase of the game.
Yes.
But I mean, any further back will be in the previous World Cup.
If we're going to start disallowing great goals and goals like that for that kind of incident, and we're going back that far, is that what VAR was for? Is that what we brought it in for?
Do we want to re-referee the game to that degree? That's a long way to go, Poogs.
That's a long way for Argentina to kind of redeem themselves in that situation there.
Yeah. I have got to be honest, I'm with you a bit on that.
Yeah, I'm torn on it because it's definitely a foul on Martinez, but then we've just probably seen a goal that could have competed with Cape Verde's goal the other day. It was one of the great goals that we've seen disallowed, but it was a foul on Martinez. Yeah, it's a long way.
What about Mo's then, Gal?
No, look, I get it, and look, There he is. He's been thrown around, but
It must be his birthday as well, isn't it? Get the birthday bumps.
Would they have disallowed an Argentina goal like that?
unlikely.
Yeah.
Well,
That hangs in the air,
we
doesn't
go
it?
back to football last 30, 40, 50. Yeah, sometimes the bigger teams do seem to get the benefit of these decisions. But it shouldn't take away from what Argentina have also have achieved here. You're 2-0 down with 10, 11 minutes to go, injury time. So, no, I'm giving all the credit to Argentina. Yeah, decisions can go on far against you. And then again, a lot of the big teams seem to get the benefit of these decisions.
I hope
what
they
they
don't drop
achieved
him.
and the quality of the goals.
Could you imagine if they dropped him?
I mean, they're chucking him quite high up in the air, aren't
He's
they?
quite a small fella.
Roy, Ian, why do you think he was crying uncontrollably at the end of the game? It's interesting that from him.
I think when these guys play, and again we go back to the football, and Messi has it, and these great players we saw. Football's an emotional game. We can't forget that these players aren't robots. And again, Messi will be going stuff the pressure. He's missed a penalty.
Yeah.
He's think the team is a big shock to lose to Egypt. And these affect these great players.
Yeah.
Then
It's a
to get
sliding
out,
doors moment of what might have been. It might have been the last 10 minutes of his international
And
career.
remember, like Gary mentioned just quickly, about what it means to Messi and what it means to those Argentinian fans for Messi and the pressure that Messi's under and why he's crying and why he leads them out, what he means to them.
Right, well, we're going to take a break and then we will do the other goals as well that we haven't seen. Some terrific goals in there.
Let's get straight to it, shall we? Because there was a lot that was going on in that first half of this round of 16 game, Thierry, between Lionel Messi's Argentina and Mo Salah's Egypt.
Let's start with the goal. I'm surprised with that one. I didn't see that coming. But what a header from Yasser Ibrahim. As you're going to see here, it's never easy when a team is trying to come back out and push out of the box and the cross goes the other way, as you're going to see here. They're trying to push. Whoop, as you're going to see here, the ball is going to go. Ibrahim stayed in between the two. Ball is on the money. Header is on the money, going to the bank. 1-0 Egypt.
All right, Argentina looked around and said, wait a second, this is not how the script is supposed to go. Let's get back to business. Right down the other end, a couple of minutes later, Tagliafico gets taken down. Clear penalty. Hassan takes him down. Yep, just pushes it by, takes the hit. All right, order restored, right? Messi steps up. One of the greatest players ever to play the game. Oh, he's human. He's human, as you mentioned. Second time in this tournament, and yet he is still tied for the lead in golden boots. So still a lot of time to play, but yeah.
And then he's gonna try from a free kick far away, hits the post. Maybe the goalie didn't wanna take a risk by touching the ball, but could have been consequences there. Then another great opportunity by Argentina. Julian Alvarez attacking the first post, but what a save, what a reflex. It looked like he got injured there, but I think he took time to recover because he knew he did a great save.
Well, chaps, let's have another look, shall we, at Lionel Messi's penalty miss from a different perspective. Certainly not, as Lexi said, what you'd expect from him. Thanks to our partners at FIFA for helping this technology come to life. And you can find and play the new FIFA World Cup Launch Edition on Netflix Games.
Rebecca, you have your own Art de Football or what?
I know. Did you like that?
No.
We'll be out in Atlanta. Thank goodness. Next.
Atlanta Stadium has been stunned, not once, but twice in that first half. First of all, when Egypt took the lead, and secondly, when Messi had his penalty saved. Javier, did you expect Messi to slot that one away?
I mean, no one, no, but the best miss sometimes. You know, we saw it as well with Brazil, you know, these circumstances. But I think that's going to boost him, even though we're talking about Leo Messi, that's going to boost him. We see after he missed, he started running, he started trying to play it. He doesn't want to let the national team down, you know. So I think in the second half he's going to go for everything.
All in.
All in, all in.
And they will have to go all in because Egypt has had really a very, very clear strategy. Argentina is one of the best in pressing. And get out of the press means you need to do first touches. There's a lot of movement without ball. When they start playing vertical, the ball comes back and a first touch, meaning all the players that come running, they have to break and then run backwards. So they're always a bit late. And I think that is disruptive for Argentina. They're not able to get the ball fast back. So they need to, be patient. And this can be in favor of Egypt.
And even in the goal clearance, he was was doing a play. He passed the ball back and then one touch cross. That's what helps them and the header came, you know. So
it has happened in many occasions,
Definitely.
and the goal was actually the perfect
like
execution of that.
Totally.
Well, the last 4 times that Argentina have conceded first, in a World Cup match. They've gone on to lose the game. So are Egypt on course for what would be a famous World Cup victory, Rebecca?
Listen, look at the Egyptian goal, Gary, which is a really good header. Even if they're defending, you've got a query mark over Martinez and what he's doing here.
Yeah, I'm surprised because he's usually the best, actually. Because of his size, he's very aware of being body-to-body and touch tight. He puts a great delivery into the back post. But you just watch him here, he's close, he's sort of wrestling with that Ibrahim, and then all of a sudden he just steps off him, and I think he might just be thinking about stepping up for offside with the rest in line. But just watch him, he's quite tight, he's tight, and that's what he does. He's very good at it, and then he just switches off for a split second. Maybe he thinks that they're going to push up, but it's a great delivery, great header, and look, gives Egypt a fighting chance here.
Yeah, when the ball goes in there, sometimes who really wants to win it? Brilliant header.
Yeah, it is. It's heading it back where it's come from as well. He's just got on the right side of him. He's just got a good... Just head it back where it's come from.
Yeah. And puts them 1-0 up. Right, so Lionel Messi, for all his brilliance, misses another penalty. It's the second he's missed at this World Cup. That's an unwanted record. When we have a look at it, it's very well created. You like the Messi pass?
Yeah, I do. Even though you're thinking that you don't want him to be dropping too deep. But even this pass here just takes a few players out of the game. Lovely way to pass, and obviously poor defending. He's not aware of what's around him. Obviously clever to just get the touch on it and then the penalty. And to be fair, we're watching it here, and Righty, we didn't fancy him.
No.
I know his record obviously is not great. No. And again, Ali's mentioned there, for a great player like Messi, almost lacking that belief in himself. It's amazing.
So he's missed half the penalties he's taken in the World Cup. That excludes penalty shootouts.
Yeah.
Gary, doesn't someone have to take penalties off him? Sorry, does someone have to say to Lionel Messi, I don't care, you're Lionel Messi, you're not very good at penalties?
Trump?
What do you think it's going to be? An edict?
You know what? I can't imagine anybody.
But seriously, there's no point saying it's Messi going to go out the World Cup if he's
but please, can you imagine being in that dressing room? It's like saying to like Ronaldo, no, I'll take him. You're going to go to
the
Messi.
Manager, Scaloni goes, no, Alvarez, you're on pets.
No, Scaloni's not going to say that neither.
They're impossible, these players of that stature, to be able to communicate with around stuff like this. They want every penalty, they want every free kick.
But they've had loads of chances. They've missed 2 or 3 great chances, plus a penalty. It's just that discipline now. The longer the game goes on, they don't do anything daft, because they have created fantastic opportunities. The keeper's obviously doing very, very well. But these are going to be goals.
Again, with that one, Roy, like I'm saying, head it back where it's come from, because that got inside the post.
Head it down.
Head it down, back to where it's come from.
These are huge chances.
And this is Alvarez, who we really would expect as a striker of his quality.
We're talking about
what's he done
save,
wrong there?
He shouldn't give him a chance, should he, right?
You say what he's done wrong there. When you're doing finishing practice, you know that when you're coming in, the ball's coming in at such a pace, you have to help, you have to guide it on. It's not just connect with it and you think it's going to go in, because the goalkeeper, he has to make that kind of save as well. Look where he is. All the space is over there, so you're told to guide it towards the post.
Just something, for all the sort of frustration that Argentina had against Cape Verde, I actually think they're creating a lot more chances against Egypt, so I'd expect them to get back in the second half. Egypt are actually quite frustrating. They're lacking a little bit of discipline. If they could just get a bit tighter and more compact, and maybe they have to think about Marmoush up top, who can sprint forward.
Instead of who, though, Gary?
I don't know if Egypt have the discipline to sit in. I think they're a bit excited themselves. They probably feel they want to get a second
goal. So what we're saying is you can't take Messi off
right.
penalties and you can't sub Salah. It's basically what that face is. Doesn't it?
They don't need a manager.